Going on. So this is my technical first official Spirit Master, Max Spirit Master gameplay game that I'm going to be posting, and it's a fun unit. It's an incredibly fun unit, and I don't want to talk a lot, because if you don't already know, or if you can't already hear in my voice, I'm incredibly sick. I'm getting over, like, I've just been coughing a bunch and whatnot. I'm actually going to speed through this. I'm going to at least get to triple bosses here. But I just got a Max Spirit Master. I've been working on it for a while. Specifically because I am primarily a Force Faction person. I've spec'd out all of my equipment, even the equipment that I don't use, to be Force Faction. And so all of my bonuses for all of my equipment work on specifically Force Faction units, obviously because of Blade Dancer. And I've been playing Blade Dancer ever since, obviously before it got talents, because before it got talents I still had like a level 14, and then when I knew that it was going to get talents, I immediately like booked it to 15, and then as soon as it got talents, I like unlocked all the talents so that I could immediately use all of them. And I've been playing different variations, but mostly, primarily Blooming Dash, the Blooming Dash variant, ever since it got talents. And I've basically been playing Blooming Dash Blade Dancer every day, all day, in PvP, anytime that I could, basically, in co-op, in PvP, in dungeons, just everything, or not dungeons, a Dragon Rift. And I just got the Max Spirit Master, and so this is this is like me not really like understanding enough about Spirit Master, but not like obviously like the fine-tuned aspects of playing, you know, Blooming Dash Blade Dancer. I bring up Blade Dancer because I found out so many different secrets, and I knew so much about that deck that, you know, people have no concept of. And if you ever want to hear all of my thoughts on Blooming Dash Blade Dancer, I have multiple videos, very specifically, not just all my videos, but very specifically, I have a Blooming Dash character spotlight guide. I have like a regular version and like an advanced version, and every card that came out, I knew exactly, like, how to make Blade Dancer better, what to do to push it, and I could not, for the life of me, get it to work. I mean, get it to work as in, get into, like, the, you know, 50s of billions of damage, hundreds of billions of damage, all of these numbers that other decks, produce, and, I couldn't push it to be that. And I have an entire video based on the idea that Blade Dancer is just an awful unit. It's a low tier legendary damage dealer. And so now I'm switching to Spirit Master, and again, like, this is basically my first time playing with a Max Spirit Master. And the reason why I'm running Night Statue as opposed to Witch, I don't have a high level Witch. I actually just upgraded it right before I started this video to 10, because I had one copy, and then I just got another copy because I just finished the Season Pass. And so I was able to get the second copy, and I was just like, you know what, I'm doing it. I'm just automatically, I'm automatically upgrading it, because I had the 6 crystals as well. But I have a level 10, it's a sub-level 11. I think if I had a level 11 with the Unstable Mutation, I would be using it. But because I don't, I'd rather use a maxed out Night Statue. And that's the reason for Night Statue. I think that the other option would be Enchant Sword that it normally runs, and I do have a max Enchant Sword, but you obviously can't run Enchant Sword if you're running Night Statue, so that's the reason for the Trapper. I think Trapper is better than Chemist, if you just have at least 2 on the field, and it doesn't require a lot of commitment. I know that a lot of pro people, they build up 2 growth, 2 Spirit Masters on growth tiles, and then utilize the other growth tiles. I believe I just chose not to. Yeah, I just kind of chose not to, and I decided to go instead with a full Night Statue setup. I was very invested in getting Knight Statue stacks, and then Soul of a Warrior, if you have your Knight Statue in the center, and you do the double T Blade Dancer setup, you get your Knight Statue will hit every 1 second. I think that they normally run, instead of Hold the Line, they normally run Soul of a Warrior, because it's much easier to upgrade the Knight Statue to 7, because if you don't understand what the difference is, if you have a Knight Statue and 4 of the same units around it, you automatically get a flat 15%. If you have 2 Knight Statues on the field and you use the opposite, the Stone Legion, and they are both at 7, rank 7, you are gaining 14%, so it is less, but it's easier because you can have anything around the Knight Statue. When you're using Hold the Line, they all have to be Spirit Masters touching the Knight Statue for you to get the 15%, or else you're getting no benefit. And so that's obviously, like, the reason why other people use the other one, because it's much easier to probably get 2 level 7 Knight Statues than it is to have everything around a Knight Statue be a Spirit Master. Mostly because they like to put it in, like, weird places so that they can use all the tiles, they can utilize all the growth tiles. But I just decided to play it like this. I was very invested in upgrading the center, the one in between. I was constantly eating the level 3 right now, and then so that I could move away the Scrapper. And at this point, I have solidified I don't care about gaining stacks anymore. I'm just gonna leave it so that I get all of the benefits. But yeah, like, I wasn't even really trying that hard, I don't think, in this battle. There are a number of ways to make this deck obviously better, which makes it better because you're gaining the Unstable Mutation insta-kills, and so your waves start to become easier, and Spirit Master really suffers through waves. It has the attack speed, it has the Stone Throw, which is good area damage, but you have to activate it, and then that becomes somewhat of a problem, like, as you go, like, later and later and later into the rounds. And then when you're not running Trapper, you're not getting that extra slow and defense down, so the Witch is doing a whole bunch for you. Enchant Sword basically replaces Knight Statue in the fact that you get, like, crit chance and attack speed. Not a lot, not as much, obviously, but it's a reasonable amount. And then your witches are also gaining that benefit as well, so they're able to insta-kill a little bit quicker. So even with this version of this deck, which I understand is the weaker version of this deck, I was able to put out like 32, I think it was like 32 billion damage. And that was unfathomable to me as a Blade Dancer player. As a person that played Blade Dancer from before it had talents to, like, today, right? To when it got talents, and then, like, every single day after that, in, you know, the most competitive sense, trying to find ways to make it better, trying to figure out different strategies, trying to do different things. Like, playing the best Blooming Dash Blade Dancer game that I could possibly play, with all of the best strategies, all of the abundances, trying to get to level 5s with Dryads, like, doing all of the things, understanding all of the nuances. Like, the most impressive Blade Dancer game I was getting was, like, I don't know, 8 billion damage? 6 billion damage? And granted, this is crit chance, or the Extremum, where the chance for dealing critical damage is increased, and so that is also a factor in this game. But I did not try very hard in this game to get to where I am. Like, I did not, like, again, I just got Max Spirit Master, and even though I had played Spirit Master so I understand how it works, I don't understand all of the nuances, all of like the secrets that you can potentially figure out while playing this deck, because I just started playing this deck. I know like Blade Dancer, you know, type interactions. Like if you have the 2 knight statues, the one in the center, it's going to give you double benefits. Because I do that all the time in Blade Dancer, like Floral Frenzy Blade Dancer. But like, I trust that there are different kinds of nuances that you can acquire while playing this deck. And if I had invested the amount of time that I had in Blade Dancer into Spirit Master, like, I know that this deck can go so much further than it does in this game. Because, spoiler alert, and thank you for listening if you have listened this far, spoiler alert, I lose this. Cultist apparently is just insane. He has a little bit higher crit percentage than me, but I mean, beyond that, level 15 equipment, or level 15 mermaid, he has like pretty good equipment, all the best. He doesn't have great enchantments, like they're not, you know, amazing things, but I definitely lose this. But I'm just saying, like, the reason why I'm posting this is because I lose this, and I deal 5 billion damage, like, in the 30s of billions of damage, very easily, like, reasonably easily, like, without even really having any, like, you know, definitive like, this is the best strategy. Whereas, when I was playing Blooming Dash, I had and figured out the best strategy to do like 7 billion damage. And it was just like, if I have a perfect game, if I have great merges, if I get really lucky, if I try really hard, I can get like 8 billion damage. And like this game, and that's the difference in units. Like you can run an archer deck and be the best at, you know, running an archer deck. And then, you know, if you get a Wind Archer, all of a sudden, you just do more damage, because that has a higher damage capacity. And so, even though I lose this game, I'm looking so forward to, like, seeing where, like, I can take Spirit Master. Like, with all the investment that I did into, like, Blade Dancer, casually doing 33 billion damage, without really having to stress is kind of crazy. It's a crazy feeling.